we're having a misunderstanding. I went to bed. My husband was, also on his own. And I was literally sleeping, and it was raining and raining. I was like, which kind of rain is this? It was so cold. So I woke up, and God said, go and meet your husband. I was like, no, he's sleeping. He said, no, he's not sleeping. He's awake. I picked up my phone. I typed a message. I said, babe, are you awake? He said, yes.
It just didn't go as planned. And then it really shook the foundations of marriage and all of that, finances. But like I said, if you both are committed to the marriage, seeing it work, there'll be a lot of sacrifices, there'll be a lot of forgiveness,
Welcome to Sunday's Best with the Smeks. Today is another exciting episode where fashion meets family and style meets personality. Now, if you're new to this space, this is where we celebrate creativity, inspire confidence, and bring you amazing conversation.
Hello everyone, it's me again, Deborah Ufoma-Wakina, the creative director behind the Debbiestar Couture brand and also the Smeks brand. And anytime you guys see me on my screen, people should know I'm here to talk about clothes and fashion and also family, anything family related. So we've been getting a lot of DMs. People have been asking us, how do people come up with the idea and how do people keep up with the Sunday content? And we came up with an idea that instead of us always appearing on you guys' screen, I know you guys know we can dress. Yeah, you could know that already.
So today's episode is going to be different from the usual. I know you're used to seeing us doing everything, being the star of the show. But today we'll be bringing up families. So we decide as a family that instead of us doing this ourselves, let's see how we can introduce other people. We pick the families we want to be in our Sunday special edition, and not just picking them, we clothe them. We clothe them, we do the clothing and everything and make them beautiful for Sunday. Because like our slogan, family that stays together stays together.
And when the idea came in, I was super excited. Anything to make me close, trust me, I'm down for it. But I was happy, number one, to actually show to the world what it means to bond, your family to bond. And these are memories that you're creating for yourself, your families, and your children. They'll grow up seeing it. And also the main idea is also to tell others about what the families are doing, what the man is doing, and also the woman, we're introducing them as well.
So this edition, we decided to pick a family that I've known for some time. I've known Mikey and M.A.D Davies for a while now, for over a decade. Yes. One thing I know about him is a very quiet, humble, exceptional, amazing man. He's not someone that talks too much. He's truly amazing. When I mean amazing, he represents what it means to be a true gentleman, if I may say that. Calm, thoughtful, and full of quiet strength. He's not someone who talks just for the sake of talking. No. Instead, he listens. Beyond his admirable character, M.A.D is incredibly gifted. He's a multi-talented, creative, and outstanding instrumentalist, a dedicated vocal coach, and someone who continues to inspire people through passion of music and excellence. His ability to guide, nurture talent shows not only his skills, but also his patience and generosity of spirit. I've known him as a music director, one of the music vocal coach in House on the Rock. So that's where I knew him from, and he has been there and doing greatly in the house of the Lord.
And this week we chose a family that their values, their principles, we've communicated with them. They are people that we've known for a while. Oga has known them longer than I did. And one thing I liked about them is their core principles. I'm someone that when you meet me, I'm a bit quiet, but I just listen and I observe. And when he came up and we chose M.A.D, I was super excited because I love them, I love their family, I love the way they blend in together, and I was excited to go into creating pieces for them.
You need to hear their story. Their story was quite an interesting one. I was in awe listening to their story. Their love story, how they both met, and their love journey, their family, virtues, and every other thing.
So I decided to choose the color burgundy for them. I chose burgundy because it's a color that will pop out their skin. I've studied them, I've seen them for a while, so I decided to make an outfit that is totally relatable to their style. And I went to the market, I begged Oga that day to take me to the market. So we went to the market. I went to one of my girl, went sourcing under the sun. We got the fabric. Oh my God, you need to see this fabric. It's very rich. I do not compromise quality when it comes to fabric because I always believe quality is important. I'd rather have something that I make that will be expensive than for me to say, oh no, let me just buy. And the motto for Debbiestar is, I can't give out any outfits that I would not be able to wear or put my family into. So we got the fabric, got the accessories, got everything that we needed. Went back to the car, loaded it in the car. My girl was carrying some, and we left the market.
We set out for the market, and I followed her. She was like, "Please follow me to the market. I have no choice. We are the houseboys, husbands." So I have no choice. I had to follow her to the market, and she got the material. And taking the measurement was another interesting experience. We got there, warmly received.
So it was now time to go take their measurements. Dressed up, got my tape on, carried my consultation book, and we were there. We got in, and that was the first time I was going to their place. And M.A.D was outside waiting for us. Very, very sweet, quiet man. I like him. I like his whole person. He's very calm. He doesn't talk much. He's a man of few words, but when he speaks, his words carry fire. So we went into his house, met his wife, also get women. I've known Kian before, their son, but I got to meet them now in their home. It's different when you meet someone outside and just have a little bit of chit chat than when you are in their home. You get to meet them, and they were there. We got into our measurement process. I measured M.A.D first, and I measured the wife, Christin.
I told him, I pinched him, I was like, "Hey bro, don't be scared. You're not going to wear a palazzo pant like me." Because me, I'm a kind of person, I style differently. I have enough confidence to style myself. I don't usually follow the trend. I do my own thing. So when I told him, "Hey, bro, don't be scared. You're not going to wear palazzo like me," he laughed, and we both laughed at that conversation. So my wife showed them what we were going to make for them, and they were excited.
And when we got to Kian's store, you see, I'm actually laughing because it was a whole lot. It just reminded me of M.A.D and Ariel when they were little and you want to take their measurements. Oh my God. They're like, "Oh, don't touch me." We're running around, and I told the mom, "I've been trying over time," and Kian refused me taking his measurement. "Please, can you take Kian's measurement for me?" She did. And if you watch the video, Kian's top almost ended up as a crop top. Why? Because I wasn't the one that took the measurement, but it was interesting.
One part that got me that laughed was the son, Kian, when he was taking his measurement. Bro was not having it. He said no. It was not a small battle. It was a tough battle. To the extent that my wife said, "Oh, you know what? I ain't going to take it if you don't want me to measure you." So she told the wife, "Please take the measurement." And they had to bribe this young man with cartoon. He was watching cartoon while they were taking the measurement. It was all fun.
It got to a point I got very comfortable. I had to take out my wig because I'm done playing this fine girl shenanigans, and I took out my wig. We bonded. I got to know them a little bit more. I got to know them a little bit, and also they also got to know me. And the wife made a comment. She was like, "If someone see you, they were like, oh, you look like someone that doesn't talk much. I didn't know you could talk like this," but it was a very beautiful experience. We did that, went straight to pattern drafting, drafted the patterns because I work with patterns. I drafted the patterns, and we got to sewing. After pattern drafting, I started cutting. I went to sewing of the top. I did the varsity jackets first, lined and well pressed and everything before we did the pants, and this I did them in 2 days. It was back-breaking, exhausting, but it was worth it because when we went back to deliver the outfit, the joy on their faces was that's the joy of every tailor. You understand? When you deliver your client's job and you just see them and they went in, wore the outfit, they came out, I was just smiling all over.
When we went there to deliver the outfit, was the excitement and the smiles on their face. You can tell they were happy. That's the reason why we do this.
And suddenly Kian appeared with his crop top varsity. But it was exciting. We did the shoots and all. And during the wife shoots, I noticed when we got in, I noticed the wife had Ankara bags and all. And I was like, "Oh, who made this?" They said it's Christin's bag. And I got to understand that aside what she does as a teacher, as a trainer, she also makes beautiful Ankara pieces. I was blown away. I like women. I like anybody that has handwork. I don't know why. I'm just so keen on when I see a woman that combines her home, taking care of a child, children. Even if you don't even have children, but you are running a home. I'm a mother myself, and I can totally relate to how exhausting it can be. And on top of that, you're able to pick up skills. And I saw the bags. I was like, this bag has to be in your shoot. So we got it in our shoot, and this is it. One of our bags, made from Ankara. I'm an African girl. I'm sorry. I like anything African, and the name of the company is Mianga. So beautiful. Like you guys know I like bags. I like bags. You can steal me with bags, and I was blown away. This is good quality. With the quality inside, there's a zipper, and it's a big bag. I'm a big bag fan. As a mom, you can throw things in it and just go out. Because as a mom, you can't go out just having a very small bag. I wanted to just go with all the bags because it's like I love bags, but I'm happy that we did the shoot and all. We're telling them how to dance and everything. It was a beautiful experience, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Do listen to them.
Hello there, welcome to today's episode of Sunday Special with the Smeks. My name is Michael Amarachi Davies, popularly known by my initials, M.A.D. So who am I? I'm a married young man, a Bible-believing Christian and child of God. I'm married to a beautiful wife, Christin Davies, and we have a lovely son together. I am a musician, I'm a singer, a songwriter, and I'm a vocal director. I train choirs, I train individual vocal coaching services. I currently serve as one of the vocal directors at the House on the Rock Cathedral Parish. So that's pretty much who I am.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Christin Davies, and I am a wife, I am a mother, and I am the CEO and founder of Mayanga Bags. Mayanga Africa stands for the most trendy person in the room. It's Hausa. I absolutely love and adore African arts and African produce. So aside that, I'm also an author. So I have a book called, it's a devotional actually. It's called God Through the Eyes of a Mother. And that book was inspired by my journey through pregnancy and childbirth. It literally God used it to teach me how He wanted us to relate with Him as His children. So aside that, I'm also a 9-to-5 girly. I work with Teach for Nigeria, and we are bridging the gap of educational inequity in Nigeria.
My musical journey, I was born into a musical family. My dad was in the choir, and then I had to join the choir as I was a teenager. So that was about 2 decades ago. 2 decades ago. 2 decades ago, I joined the choir, listening, asking questions to learn more about music. So that was how my journey started at the Chapel of Christ Our Light in Unilag. I joined the choir. Over the years, I began to teach myself music. I'm self-taught, fast learning, and that's pretty much. I have an album out, To the Glory of God, a 10-track album, and I recently released another single on the 20th of February this year, 2026. So that's pretty much my music journey, inspired by the Word of God. As God breathes the Word into me, I pen them down and then I put it out there to bless the world. Oh yeah, my love story. Well, I'm Igbo. My wife is from the Middle Belt, Plateau State to be precise. So people ask, how come? How did you guys meet and all of that? Well, we met during our NYSC service. She was serving there. I was also serving. So I was in the set prior to hers. And then, in fact, how we met, it was not the usual way of meeting. There was this, who do you think you are? So I was the kind of guy that, all the ladies were all around and all of that. And then she was like, who is this one now? Who does he think he is? So we started like this. So I was like, how come? What's about this one that she's not like, the rest and all of that? And truth be told, there was even a time when we got closer, we got talking during camp and all of that, and during the service year. And then I discovered that when we were having those phone conversations, at the end of the conversation, she would just say, let us pray. And I thought it was really special. For me, that was a deal breaker. I was like, okay, there's really something special about this one. And that was really how our love story started. And here we are.
Yeah. Okay, so I met my husband at Benue State 2017. He was the CDS president, and I had just come in as also a coordinator with Mercy Corps. They were doing a pioneer program called Engine. And what that program was for was to help in-school girls and out-of-school girls, teach them literacy skills, teach them small enterprises that they could use to fend for themselves. If you know Benue State, you know that it's really hard for girls to stay in school. So we were also there to make sure that girls stayed in school and graduated. So that was where I met my husband. It wasn't a pleasant meeting, trust me. We fought on the first day. And because he was also the vocal director of the church at that time, he was, the ladies' man. Every girl was throwing herself on him, and I was like, who is this one? It was not even fine. Okay, he could sing, yes. So one thing led to the other. I joined the choir, and nothing happened at that time. But we got talking. Something happened that really made me respect him so much. There was a case of sexual abuse that he exposed, and he said that God literally sent him there to expose it. And after he did, with all of the backlashes, he stood his ground. And so after service here, he came back to Lagos. I went back to Jos, but the conversation continued. One thing led to the other. He asked me out. Did he ask me out? Okay, we call ourselves fake boyfriend, fake girlfriend. And then after that, he came to see me in Jos 2018. 2019, we're still okay. 2020, I think I came to Lagos in 2021, introduction, bride price payment, and marriage.
Yeah, my family's uniqueness is in the love that we share together. The togetherness, the cohesion. And one of the principles, the foundation of this family is that we are rooted in God. The union is not just between me and my wife. We have Jesus at the center. So for us, that is everything. Everything passes through the filter of the Word of God, the will of God, the Spirit of God in every of our decision making, all our actions. Having Jesus at the center, that is the number one uniqueness of the Davies family.
Okay, I'd say what makes my family unique is the fact that we literally prayed our marriage into existence. I'm from the north, middle belt. Most people say north, but I'm from the middle belt. So I remember my mom saying that we should never, ever, ever, ever bring an Igbo guy home to marry. I come from a family of 4 girls. There's no boy. And my mom was just Igbo-phobic, right? So she always thought that Igbos were not nice people. So when my husband proposed, I literally did not have the words to meet my mom and tell her that the person I was dating or my fiancé was Igbo. So I met my elder sister who was married at that time, and she was the one who told my mom. It was crazy, but we, like I said, prayed our marriage into existence. The day my entire family met my husband and his family was the day of my introduction. She had never seen him. We had dated for 4 years, long distance relationship. It was just God. So I would say that's what makes my family special. It's the battles that we've lived through and we've conquered.
Yes, disagreements. You cannot do without it. You're two different people from different backgrounds, different theologies, different trainings and conditioned reflexes, so there will always be disagreements. So how we handle it is, I talk less and she talks more. I write more or I text more and she texts less. So that is all about balance. So we just tend to meet somewhere in the middle. Marriage is all about compromise and sacrifice. You just need to learn. And one thing I always admonish my family and our union is that just try to make sure that you are both committed to the marriage. You are both committed to seeing it work. So if you have that at the back of your mind, whenever you have disagreements, you will be willing to compromise, right? You'll be willing to sacrifice, which is what Jesus Christ demonstrated for us, just to see the marriage work. So you air your opinions. Yes, you'll get annoyed. You'll discover new things that you didn't even see when you were dating, So just come to marriage with an open heart, with a forgiving spirit, and then you'll be fine. So that's how we settle disappointments.
Well, we handle disagreements through literally by going through it. So my husband is the quiet person. I'm the expressive person, right? I talk, I scream, I shout. Sometimes I even curse. My husband said something to me one day. He said, the same way you would communicate what you're trying to say in a very loud way, by shouting, by cursing, you can communicate the same thing by speaking gently and using the right words. So that stayed with me. And we fight. Yes, we do. There are some days that, in short, I go to bed and me and my husband were not in good terms. But another very strong reason why we're able to communicate and go through disagreements is because we both have God. I remember a particular day that God woke me up from sleep, and it has happened like several times. We're having a misunderstanding. I went to bed. My husband was, also on his own, and I was literally sleeping, and it was raining and raining. I was like, which kind of rain is this? It was so cold. So I woke up and God said, go and meet your husband. I was like, no, he's sleeping. He said, no, he's not sleeping. He's awake. I picked up my phone. I typed a message. I said, babe, are you awake? He said, yes. I just got up. I had just lost. So I got up and came to my husband. I said, God said I should come and meet you. So we fight, but because we have God and we are both committed to the marriage, we just make peace in the end.
The toughest moment. That was when I got into a business and then it didn't work out. First of all, when we got into the marriage, everything was rosy, everything was juicy and all of that. Then the business, just didn't go as planned, and then it really shook the foundations of the marriage and all of that, finances. But like I said, if you both are committed to the marriage, seeing it work, there'll be a lot of sacrifices, there'll be a lot of forgiveness, So how we overcame it wasn't easy, honestly. I'm not just going to preach and say it was easy or do this, read your Bible, pray. Yes, that is really good, but when push comes to shove, your strength, your resolve will be tested. And it's in those times that a new you is birthed. If you will just be willing to surrender to the will of God, listen for His voice and direction, you'll discover a new you, because life is not always like this. Your story is beautiful when you have scars, when you have things that you can say, okay, this is where I used to be and this is where I am now. So it was basically listening to God's voice to say, okay, what is it that you want us to learn from this situation? And then He spoke and then we ran with it. It's still a journey. We're not yet there, but we're trusting God to see us through and come out victorious.
Okay, so the toughest moment my family and I have gone through was when we lost our entire life savings to a Ponzi scheme, over $20,000. And whenever I think about that experience, that was the same business that literally funded my wedding and my honeymoon in 4 countries. And we had brought in church members, family, colleagues, schoolmates, well-wishers and acquaintances, every single person that we could lay our hands on into this business. And we woke up one morning and everything had disappeared. So we had to start all over again. And I had just given birth at that time. So it was really, really hard. Aside losing money, we still had to pay debts. But like I said, whenever I think about that experience, I know people that literally would have been thrown in jail. I know people that were arrested and thrown in jail. Myself and my husband would have been thrown in jail if we had, done more than we did. I remember there was particularly we were about to sign a contract of over 500 million naira. And the client just went quiet. We had brought in our lawyers and everybody. And every time I think about that, I'm just like, God, thank you for what did not happen. So it was a hard, difficult time. But I'm thankful to God that it happened when we're still young. So we have our whole lives to make up for what we've lost. And it's not us making it up, it's God restoring what was lost. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, what keeps us bonding is, I sing, right? And my wife also sings, right? Secrets, don't tell her that I told you anyways. She sings beautifully well because, of course, that would be one of the attractions, right? So music, right? We love music, watching movies together, but primarily music, we sing, we just worship, we play songs, we just enjoy the atmosphere because as a family, we still maintain that culture of music, right? As worshippers that we are.
Okay. So my husband and I, we both love cake. So if you want to make us happy, cake, please, with wine, non-alcoholic. Okay, and we watch movies together. Even my husband is more of the horror kind of movie, action. I'm more of the drama and romantic. I like, movies that make me cry and get all emotional. But somehow, we find a balance. Sometimes I watch his own gory movies. Sometimes he likes to watch my own too. We talk a lot. Yeah. We try to hang out when we can. But I think what makes us bond is that we always have time to come back and just, have a relaxed time together. Without Kian, of course, my son.
Okay, my advice to that single brother out there, listening to me right now would be just relax, take it easy, trust God, listen for his voice when he speaks. And like I said, you're not going to find that perfect woman that, society might have painted for you out there, but you must be willing to approach marriage with the willingness to sacrifice, right? With the willingness to be forgiving, with the willingness to, and then before I forget, make sure that the bedrock, the foundation for your marriage is that which is Christ Jesus at the center. You plus the one you found to be with, and then Jesus Christ right there at the center. Once you have that sorted out, trust me, every other thing will fall into place. And you have to come into the marriage willing to make sure that you both fight to see that marriage work. So if you're single listening to me, just rest, take it easy, make sure you listen for directions, for the will of God in choosing your partner.
Right. I would say in the quote of Real Worry Pekin, she said, marriage is not for the weak. One moment you are praying, oh God, bless my husband, thank you for this man. The next moment you are saying, thunder fire this guy. And it's true, right? There's no perfect person, there's no easy marriage. There's no perfect person, there's no easy marriage. You literally have to tell yourself every single day. I was speaking to my friend who was not married, and I said, a marriage is not one day at a time, it's literally 1 second at a time. With God. So God is the only thing that makes two people from two separate backgrounds with two different aspirations, two imperfect people coming together with a perfect God. So if you are a single person and you're thinking of marriage, one thing I want to say to you is marriage is beautiful. I would marry my husband again in another life. He is the most calm person I know. He deals with all of my inadequacies and I can't love him less. But it's not easy. So you have to be committed. And with God, even marriage is possible. Even in this present time, you can have a beautiful marriage because beautiful marriages are still in existence. So you can do it.
My advice to families out there, social media space is filled with so much negativity. We see less is the bad negative news that breaks the day or that wakes you up in the morning. If you turn on the TV or you go online, you see all the negativity about families, gender crisis here, war there, and all of that. I'll just admonish you as families to keep making the name of Jesus famous in your home, right? Make sure Jesus Christ is rooted at the center of your home. Pray together, worship God together, play together, go out, enjoy life, live life to the fullest. The Bible says, I have come that you might have life and have life more abundantly. So make sure you make the most out of life as the light of the world that you are as a family, and make sure that Jesus is at the center of your home.
Well, like I said earlier, it's not a walk in the park. And I think that, in all honesty, marriage has become even more difficult now. If you want to use your strength to do it. There are a lot of people with a lot of advice on Instagram, Facebook, all over social media, in books, everybody just speaking from their own experiences and what they think is right. But you have the perfect manual from the person who instituted the marriage itself, and that is God. Every single thing you need in your marriage, you find it in the Bible. You find it at the feet of the cross. So if you are going through a difficult time in your marriage, all you need to do, if you can't walk, if you can't run, literally crawl back to God and let Him fix your marriage. Let Him heal you. Yeah. Has to be Him, really. Husband cannot cook to save his life. Okay, this one as well. We both pray. We both focus. I'm the one that owns the fashion business.
Everybody, we're gonna give God a big praise in the house. Jump, 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 jump. Woo! For the rest of our days, we'll sing your praise. Jesus Christ. Woo! 'Cause you are wonderful. For the rest of our days, we're showing your name.